When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
Hey everyone, I'm Geeky Nerd here, and today I'm just doing a simple review of this Glow 12-piece professional crocodile leather design makeup brushes that I got off of Amazon. Now, I got these for about $6 or $7, so it's a good price. And the outside is, well, you can see how it's kind of a little bumpy, but it's mainly plastic, kind of like dollar store material. And there's two buttons here that open, and inside it just has the brand here, Glow, in here. There's a G, a dancing girl for the L, an O, and a W. Kind of hard to see. And you open it up again and again. And then there's the 12 pieces. Inside, it's kind of like a fake leather plastic. There's that to protect the tops of the brushes. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 brushes. Lip, angle, all the way foundation to blush. Now, let me just pull out a couple of these brushes and show you them. They came in these plastic packages, these little plastic protectors for some of the bigger brushes. Only the two biggest brushes got them. The bottom is wood, and then there's cheap metal. Sorry. And on the brushes, they're soft, like really soft. One moment and I'll get some makeup and we'll see how well it works with actual makeup. Okay, so I'm back and we're going to test and see how well some of these brushes withstand with actual makeup. Okay, so first we're going to try foundation. I just have my Maybelline Dream Smooth Mousse. Doesn't have the shade here, but yeah. One sec. Okay. So we're going to use the foundation brush, which would be this brush. So I'm just going to take a bit of it. This is a lot harder one-handed than you would think. I've never used a brush for my foundation, to be honest. So, if I'm doing this wrong, please tell me. So, I'm just going to swash it on my hand. So, this is it swashed on my hand. You can see it's right here. That's regular skin. So, it's a pretty close match for me, to be honest. But I use this more for my lighter days. This is just like 1 or 2 brush strokes across my hand. So, it's not really blended in. I would have to use a beauty blender for that. But it seems pretty good. One second, let me get a beauty blender and I'll smooth it in more with the beauty blender. So I just used my new silicone beauty blender, which by the way is right there. They're pretty small, like this is my 1 centimeter finger. So they're pretty small. Like I thought it would be like much larger, but they're pretty small, but very nice. And they're actually made of silicone and so easy to clean. But yeah, that is my foundation. And so the foundation brush works pretty well. I have to say, it's soft and it does its job. So that's the foundation brush and the foundation. As I said, this is so much harder to do one-handed than you'd think. Okay. Next, I'm going to use this brush. It's the closest to a kabuki brush I can find, so I'm going to use that for my bronzer. This is my new Quo Mosaic bronzer. I actually have not even used this yet, so I'm going to see its color too. It's got a nice mirror, which I'll try and cover up. And then we're going to take a small swatch of this. Let's hope it's as good as some of my other brushes. Well, it's the foundation brush. It's the only brush I'm going to be using. One sec. Okay, so this is the first one. Wasn't really showing up very well at the beginning, but I guess I can see a little color. And this is one of my older bronzers. You can't see it at all right now on the camera. So this was my old bronzer. This is the Quo bronzer. I'd say the Quo bronzer is showing up a little bit more, but you can't see anything except maybe the redness on my hand. But yeah, right here. Sorry, trying to point. Right here is where the bronzer shows up. So yeah, overall this brush, not the best for bronzer. Probably worked better for blush. So next we're going to be working with the blush. I'm just going to close my bronzers. As I said, harder one-handed. And I'm going to be using my Essence Unforgettable Kiss blush. So because I don't have highlighter or contour, I'm not going to use the highlighter contour brush. This is the blush brush. So it's the same texture as all the other brushes. So okay, so up here is where I tried to put it on. Now I had to like really dig, as you can see, into my blush, but this thing picked up nothing. Anything it did pick up, it didn't actually put onto my skin. It just flaked off. So overall, the blush brush in here, not going to use again because it's not the best, but not bad, seeing as how I only paid like $6. Okay, so next we're going to be working on eyeshadow. Okay, so I think this is the basic for anybody collecting makeup. It's my 88 palette, and this is the eyeshadow brush. So I'm just going to pick a nice looking color. I'm going to take this pink, pink brush, pink color for the first time. So let's see how well it does. So this kind of probably speaks for the pigmentation of the thing. So the top one is the pink I showed you. The next one was this green. The gold, which is the third one down, is this gold. And the last one would be this blue right here at the bottom. So overall, I just did like a couple things. The green didn't really show up very well, but like I said, it's probably because of the pigmentation of the eyeshadow. So I'm just going to try some more on my Quo textbook. So okay, so I used the same brush but with different colors. So I did 4 of them: a dark brown, black, a light pink, and a brownish, lightest brownish. So as you can see, it's probably due to the pigmentation. That one showed up a lot better, but this one I only did 2 strokes, 1 stroke, and then 2 strokes again. So as you can see, you have to do like a couple strokes for it to show up, but overall I think the eyeshadow brush was pretty good. And last but not least, we're going to try the lip brush. So we're going to do the lip brush with a lip gloss. So let's see how well that works out. Okay, so this is probably really horrible, but I did love and then a pair of lips that are smiling. So this is what the brush did. And the precision is actually pretty good. And it holds on to the makeup really well. So what I did was I just took my brush and scraped it on the tip of the makeup and then just spread it onto my hands. So it did pretty well, to be honest. I think the lip brush is actually pretty good. And they held on to the quality all throughout the brushes. As you can see, some of them, like the blush, didn't work out as well as the bronzer brush didn't work out the way I thought it would. But overall, I think the brushes are good. They're definitely worth what I paid for them. especially since if you wanted to get these separately at a dollar store, it would cost you a fortune. It's like $2.50 a brush, and then the carrying case they'd probably charge like $5-6 at our local dollar store. So this would have cost well over $20 if I wanted to buy it from a store. But because I bought it off of Amazon, pretty cheap and good quality, and then you can just curl it up, pack it away. It's good for travel because, of course, you can take the case along with you, and it has enough brushes that you could do your entire face with no problem. There's angled brushes. There's blender brushes. There's good angled brushes, and yeah, there's good blenders and everything. So honestly, I think you could do a really good job with this. So yep, definitely worth it. Amazon.ca is where I got it. So if you're looking for it, I'll post what it's called down in the description box below, and then you can go check it out. And if you want to get it, it's honestly a good deal if you're looking for brushes, and if you're into makeup enough that you actually know how to use half of these brushes, because I don't. So thank you so much for listening. I'm a geeky nerd,